Hey everybody, it is May 11th. I'm Adam, and this is your daily dose of today. Tomorrow is May 12th and Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day. I probably will not do a daily dose of today tomorrow, breaking my streak of a gazillion or however many I've done so far, 50 maybe there. It's possible I still do one, but only if time allows and it's not really out of the way to do so. There is a lot I want to share today. A lot happened today, but I'm just going to give you a sliver because it's the weekend, and I want to make sure that some of these ideas and thoughts don't get lost. But a couple months ago, my good friend Johnny Reb had invited me to attend a meditation retreat, which was today. And I accepted because, number one, he's a great friend. Secondly, he's really into meditation, and I want to support him. And third, all the benefits he says he's got from meditation, I want that. But I was extremely nervous about that, about doing that. Not because of people or whatever, but I just never done it before. And my mind goes a million miles an hour. So to sit alone, and there's also noble silence. So for a whole day of silence, to not be able to express myself in some way and manner, whether it's speaking, song, humming, writing, what have you. I was really extremely nervous and I didn't know what to expect. But why do I say this? Because if we go back to maybe one of the first daily doses of today, I talked about the importance of identifying things that discomfort you or make you feel uncomfortable and to go after them. Pursue them relentlessly. So when he invited me, I was immediately super nervous, and I realized it's meditation. I mean, not that it's easy, but it won't kill me. And because I realized how nervous it made me, I said, yes, I'm going to do it. And I signed up for it before. I think I signed up for it before he did, actually. But so I did that. And let me tell you, I'm so glad I did. Number one, not only did I conquer FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which is always a victory. But man, again, I'm gushing, overflowing with so many things that come away with that I knew would apply to here. So I'm going to give you just a small sliver. And one of those things was the last thing I expected when I was there to go to a meditation retreat with a Buddhist monk was to have some sort of common thread with him. And you know what it was? Right here. I took my sweater off, and he said, "Nice shirt." And I didn't think he was talking to me at first. And he said, and then he looked, and I was confused. Said, "I used to CrossFit when I was a layperson before I became a Buddhist monk." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So we chatted about that for a few minutes just before Noble Silence started. And I could tell the passion and stuff still burned with him, no pun intended, to Travis and CrossFit fashion. But I could tell the passion still burned inside of him because 3 or 4 times during the course of the day of the retreat, he mentioned CrossFit again. He drew allegories back to CrossFit, which was super interesting. But also, at the end of the day, when everything was all said and done, and we could actually speak again, and I had thanked him for what he'd done. Guess what he wanted to speak about? CrossFit again. But here's why I bring this up. Because throughout the course of the day of the retreat, many times when he talked about certain things we learned a little bit about Buddhism and just about the general tenets and some of the stuff around meditation and self-awareness and all these other things. But many times I looked at it and said, man, I drew a lot of correlations to my life with CrossFit in different various capacities. Whether it's the community we have, the sense of compassion we have towards each other, the way we have to become self-aware for workouts and things like that in order to not be injured and do things correctly. And at the very end, that's exactly what he told me. He said, the thing I loved most about CrossFit, though I got really strong, he's like, is the community. He's like, and I've not seen anything like that except for what I have at the monastery in Buddhism. And I smiled and said, that's funny because while you're talking during the day, I was like, wow, I see a lot of this in my box family. And not everybody has that, I get that. But there are plenty of CrossFit boxes that are like that, and I'm so appreciative for my box family. For those of you who might be watching, almost as much as my physical family, my immediate family, my box family is very important to me, and I saw so many correlations. But one of the other things he talked about, he said, and he even brought it to me, he's like, and he's just, the idea of self-awareness, he's like, it applies so much to CrossFit, like about keeping your back straight and all this other stuff. And I was like, I just smiled. I was like, man, like, you have no idea that how many parallels I was drawing about that, because I happen to be a very self-aware CrossFitter. My box family laughs because I say things like, sometimes I can't sleep at night because in my mind, I'm rehearsing snatches or I'm rehearsing clean and jerks. It's true. But because I'm so self-aware, I'm visualizing myself in my mind's eye. And when I go to do something again, I'm watching myself in the third person as I'm lifting to make sure I'm keeping my back tall and my elbows up and things like that. And I record myself so I can watch, so I can correct my mind's eye so I can see what that is. Because I'm trying to be ultimately self-aware. So that way I can do things right. And it's not about having to work harder, but if I do things correctly, I can move a lot more and faster and be safe and not get hurt. So why am I going on about all this about CrossFit? Because what have I been speaking about the last couple weeks? It's about being self-aware, about how you behave, about how you conduct yourself, about your form. In terms of success in business, about how important that is. And here it was, so many correlations of what he was talking about, and I'll probably break those down maybe through Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, possibly of next week. But so many things when he was talking today about the importance of self-awareness, I literally thought, I just did a daily dose of today on that, and not too long ago. And it's all so awesome. I have a great one I'm going to tee up for you on Monday that he crystallized in just a few words, and I'm going to try my best not to butcher it. So look forward to that. Happy Mother's Day. Love you guys. Be good and enjoy the day. This has been your Daily Dose of Today.